Hey guys, the Dating God here. In this video, we're going to talk about things that are working in your favor to get your ex back, especially if you're doing the no contact method and doing an active no contact where you're working on yourself. If you're interested in getting your ex back, having better relationships, and having a better dating life in general, subscribe below and click the bell notification so you can see when I release new videos. Let's dive into the video here. So first and foremost, when you go into no contact, you are stopping all contact with your ex after they break up with you. You are accepting the breakup. You're saying that's not what I want, but okay. You're accepting it, and then you are vanishing off the face of the planet. You are disappearing. During that time, what are the things that are working in your benefit over the next month or 2 or 3 until they contact you again and you get another chance to work on it? And that's if you want to. I know right now, if you're down in the dumps, you definitely want to, but your mind could change later. There's been times for myself when I thought I wanted somebody back, and then after so many months pass by, you realize, wow, that was a joke. Why did I even want that? So keep that in mind. But in the meantime, we're going to talk about the positives here. We're going to talk about, number one, the fading effect bias. Google it if you'd like. But it's basically a concept that over time, your mind will forget the negative and begin to remember the positive. In this case, that would be your ex forgetting the negatives, the fights you had, the arguments, maybe in some ways that you weren't perfect in their eyes, some things that kind of bothered you that you did. They start to, when time passes by, they will start to forget those things and they will start to remember the positives. That great date that you had, all the adventures you went on, the things you did, and your positive traits. They will be remembering the positives. All your positives will start to come to the forefront, and your negatives will they will be forgetting about them day after day. And that is the fading effect bias. It just grows day after day after day. It's great news for getting your ex back, because after your ex exits the initial relief stage where they break up with you in the first week or two, they're very relieved to get some space and be able to collect their thoughts, and they're going out and I finally broke up. I'm so happy. No, they're not. It's just the initial relief stage. Reality will hit them. But after that relief stage, that's when the fading effect bias can start to take effect. They start to forget about those things. If you were a good person to them overall, yes, you might have got into fights at the bar or got into arguments here or at the family function or whatever. But if you were good to them overall and you made them feel good and you had a positive relationship, well then, oh well, things happen, people make mistakes, okay? That's where the fading effect bias comes in, because they're going to remember the good about you, okay? The note that you left them, the cool hobbies you had, the way that you were unique, the way that there's no one else like you, okay? The way your certain niches that you liked and the way that you talked, okay? So trust me on this. If you were a good person, they will remember that, and that will slowly start to catch up with them day after day after day when the breakup's hitting them, when you have vanished off the face of the planet. No contact, you have disappeared, okay? They start to remember the good times and all that good stuff. So that is, fading effect bias is very good. In this case, it's not just some internet hocus pocus or something I'm telling you for the hell of it. It's something that I've actually gone through, and it does work and it does happen, okay? So that was number one. Number two, the other thing working in your favor during a no contact period to get your ex back is a curiosity mystery stage. Curiosity leads to attraction. Mystery leads to attraction. Attraction grows in space. Remember that. When you're blowing somebody up, you're always there. You're always ready to hang out with them. You're always available, and you're just always calling them and messaging them. They're not attracted, because there's no mystery, there's no curiosity, and you're always there. Okay? When you are not there, the ex will begin to think, what are you up to? What have you been doing? Where have you been going? Who have you been with? Wow, do they even still care? They kind of just vanished. I know I broke up with them, but they just vanished. What cool things are you doing? Did you really? They're going to start to think, did you really move on like that? That is the optics that you are giving them when you vanish. And that's why this is kind of the psychology behind why no contact can be so effective, and the things working in your favor in the background, okay? This contrast of going from full contact when you're blowing them up, messaging them, you're going from full contact straight to no contact, if you can do it cold turkey like that, just no contact, that contrast between those two, between full contact and no contact, is very, very powerful. Trust me on this, because you're basically there, and then boom, you vanish and you're gone. And it shocks them, okay? And that will affect them as well. And if the relationship was extremely toxic, then maybe it's better to just end the thing. But if it was a pretty decent relationship, as long as it was decent and you were good to them and you made them feel good or whatever, the odds are they will contact you again and you will get another chance, as long as you haven't had 5 breakups and they've left you completely and come back, left you and come back, left you and come back. That's a little more toxic. That's kind of a different story. But especially if it's the first major breakup, great news for you. If it's a second one, the odds aren't as good, but it's definitely still possible to put it back together after a second major breakup. But just give it time. These are the things working for you in the background when you really do the no contact, and it's an active no contact. Active meaning you're no contact, you disappear, but you're working on yourself. And watch some of my other videos on what to do during no contact, how to work on yourself, etc., etc., etc. I know you don't know me personally, but I'm telling you, the curiosity, they will become curious without a doubt. In almost all cases, they will, and it'll feel like nothing is happening and they've disappeared and they've vanished and they're forgetting about you, but actually the opposite's happening, where they're remembering you more and more, and that'll ramp up in their head day after day, and it'll grow. The curiosity will grow in their mind every day, okay? So keep that in mind. It happens all the time. Your odds are pretty good. The other things that are happening in your relationship is if they get into if they break up with you, another thing working in your favor. So if they break up with you and get with somebody right away, a rebound type relationship, those fail 99% of the time. They're going to act like they're happy. They'll post pictures like they found this new person and they're so great, whatever. No, that rebound relationship is going to collapse. Give it time. It will collapse and they will contact you. It can go from they're with somebody new is what it looks like, to a week later they're messaging you again. Like, keep that in mind. Those rebound relationships will collapse. Humans are humans. I don't care if you live in California, New York, Florida. I don't care where you're at. Humans are humans, and that is the psychology. Those rebound relationships, if they happen to get into one relatively soon after breaking up with you, they collapse. And while you're growing and working on yourself in an active no contacts, they're actually screwing themselves over by jumping right into something, and they can't process the breakup, and really they're in a downward spiral in that case, okay? So even a rebound relationship, it doesn't seem like it, but even that works in your favor to make you look good, okay? And then what else is working in your favor is just they're going to miss you in general. There's reminders, memories, closeness, someone to talk to. They're going to remember all the good stuff about you. And you're letting them experience life without you, okay? And that is one of the biggest things, is they're starting to see what life is like without you around, without your advice, without your friendship, without someone to do all the things that you do together, okay? So there's a lot of stuff working in the background for you during a no contact period. Watch the rest of my videos if you're curious on more of the psychology, but that's how it is in the nutshell. Please click subscribe below to support my new channel. Click the like button and leave a comment. I'm also available for email, and you'll see that in the information below. I will see you in the next video, guys. Thank you.